Okay, hi Abha, Charu, Ashay. Good morning, everyone. Again, we got 5-10 minutes late because the again some technical error. Previous link doesn't work, so we'll wait a few minutes to let other people join because they also have got the link now. So I'm just sending few links to other people also who are actually. Okay, great. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Piyush. Same here, Piyush. Same to you. I always love people who invest some time in their personal and professional development. So kudos to you. I would request you people that the link that you have got, share the link with your known friends in your circle as well, so that they can also attend if they're willing to learn and know more about the interpersonal skills. I've just shared the link with few more people, and we'll wait that they will also join. So, how many of you are who have joined are working at home? Come on, let's have chat for a couple of minutes till the other people join. How many of you are working from home? Okay, Ashay, great. Great. Hi, Big Raj. Hi, Big Raj. How are you? Fine, friends. What we'll do is we'll start the session, okay? And I guess the people who are yet to join, they will join slowly and gradually. So we'll not waste your time because I have a lot of the things to cover today in this particular session of interpersonal skills. So just want to confirm if my voice is clear and audible to you. Just type yes. Just type yes immediately. Hi, Mangza. Hi. If my voice is clear and audible to you, just type yes. I'll continue with it. Great, great. Okay, great. Just need one more minute. We'll start then. Great. I would request you again a few of the things I would inform you about. Friends, if the link is not working and your video is buffering, so I would request you to lower your resolution. I guess in your YouTube, you find it resolution like 720, 480, 360, 240. So if the video is buffering, please lower your resolution so that you can watch this entire session seamlessly. And if it's disconnected or your video is not working, just click it again and again you can rejoin it. Okay, so we'll start with the session, and I will start the session by again welcoming you officially. So welcome every one of you in this interpersonal skills webinar. If I talk about myself, my name is Ashish Parnani. If some of you do not know, many of you I know personally, and you also know me personally. So I started my training career from 2014 and started training from schools and colleges. Then in 2015, at the end of the year, I started with exploring some of the organizations. So from then onwards, I have trained in Bharti Airtel, Lupin Pharmaceuticals, Voltas Limited, Thomas Cook, RCM, level marketing company, and other lots of companies, small and big consultancy firms also. And I have been fortunate to work with HDFC Life and OYO Rooms and other companies also as a full-time employee executive also. So I've taken care of Rajasthan in training and development, entire state, and led a team of 40 trainers, 45 trainers, and 70 plus sales managers also. So I have an experience from starting a team, building a team from scratch, and making a winning team also. I completed my master's in 2014, and last year I did my PhD in training and development from Rajasthan University. So I'm one of those professionals who have a doctorate in training and development. So I'm very blessed and fortunate to do this last year. And my expertise lies in soft skills, sales, and leadership. These are three areas which I teach and train people on and equip people. And my motto is to equip, encourage, and empower people so that people like you can become better in whatever you are doing. Okay, so this is a brief intro about me. And from last 1 month, we have started with these webinars, doing the webinars. This is the second of this month. The first was about leadership. I guess many of you were attended that leadership development webinar also, and many more to come. So I will start with today's interpersonal skills webinar. I will just give you the overview of what we'll be seeing and learning about. So the first thing we'll be seeing is how to effectively, or what is effective interpersonal communication. Friends, we know that interpersonal communication is a very important aspect because we are living in a human society. We are living with human beings and we are dealing with people on everyday basis. So it's very important to understand what interpersonal is, what interpersonal word is, and how to develop or nurture this interpersonal skills or interpersonal communication for that matter. Second, we will learn about how to foster the fruitful interpersonal relationship. Interpersonal relationships are very, very important. And we see that whether the relationships are in the family or in the organization, whether you are working somewhere else or you're working from at home, whatever the scenario is, whatever the situation is, interpersonal relationships are very, very important. So we'll learn about that also. Third is we'll learn about the wonderful principle that I came to propound or found is a principle of people. I call it a POP, P-O-P, POP. So what is this principle of people and why it is important in this segment of interpersonal skills? And fourth, we will learning about the 5 levels of listening. Listening is very, very important. A forgotten art, we say in a communication. However, it's very, very important as a significant role when we are actually dealing with interpersonal skills. So these are the 4 things that we'll be learning about and understanding. So I would again request you, if you have pen or copy, because I would be sharing some of the stuffs to you. So please write it down if you feel important. And many of you have not attended my earlier workshops on this interpersonal skills. So it would be new for many of you. So write it down, keep your copy or diary or pen handy, and write the points down. And we will keep 5 to 10 minutes at the end for Q&A. So whatever questions you have, you can park the questions, and we will get to the Q&A at the end of the session. Okay, so let's start. So if we talk about effective interpersonal communication, the first thing we have to understand is about interpersonal. So there are two words which are similar to this interpersonal. That one is intrapersonal, and the second is interpersonal. Intrapersonal is within yourself. Interpersonal means between two or more people. So inter means between or among, and personal is your personal. So when you say interpersonal, that means you have to deal with, or there is a something which is between two or more people. That is interpersonal. Between two or more people. Interpersonal. So what is between two or more people? So we are talking about people only. Friends, we have to understand, when we are learning about these interpersonal skills, we need to understand that we have to go through the people. Whatever we are doing in the society, whether we are working at home, whether we are working in an organization, going outside, doing the door-to-door selling, teaching, training, or you're an engineer, or you are a student, whatever work you are doing, you have to go through the people. Everything we do, I say in this way, everything we do, it's connected with people. Now in the coming years, you can say that artificial intelligence would be very prominent, and a lot of the work would be through artificial intelligence, through science and technology. Absolutely right, it can be. We see lots of technological driven movies, and we see that lots of the stuff is technological. However, the question is, who has invented or who has discovered these things? It is by people only. So whenever the time we are on this earth, we have to deal, we have to meet, we have to talk, and we have to share with the people. We have to go through the people. If you do not like people, we have to go through the people. So the question is, why should I learn interpersonal skills, or why should I deep down into this topic and work on my interpersonal skills on a daily basis, on regular basis? The answer is very simple: because everything we do is connected with people. Everything you do is connected with people. And that's why we need to learn about interpersonal skills. Because interpersonal is between two or more people. It is not within yourself. Otherwise, it would be called intrapersonal. And you cannot talk everything within yourself. You have to talk and share with another person. Okay, because everything, you do not have everything. I do not know whether you believe in God or not. I believe in God. Okay. So if you are God, you can satisfy yourself because you can do everything. So you may not need a human being. However, being a human being, you need a human being for its help, for relationship, for buying, for selling, for doing any kind of a stuff. So why we learn? Because everything we do, everything we are for, it's connected with human beings. It's connected with people. And that is why we need to learn about interpersonal skills. And we have to go through in people if we have to live in this world, if we have to do anything in this world. And that is why interpersonal skills are very important. I'll be sharing with you some of the experts of interpersonal skills, as I've already shared the overview. However, friends, I want your promise that don't just leave, or don't just make yourself stagnant with this 1 hour of learning only. Friends, we have to develop and work on our interpersonal skills on daily basis, on regular basis. You have to evaluate yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What good you are doing? What in what part you are weak, so that you can grow in that part. And that is what practice needs. You have to practice, and you have to build yourself and strengthen yourself. Okay, so this is about a just overview about interpersonal, what it is all about, and why we are learning about interpersonal skills. So my next question, if we are learning about interpersonal communication, so I want to ask you, what do you understand by communication? I just want one word or two words, or maximum one line from you. Come on, 10 seconds I'm giving you. In the chat box, write it down. 10 seconds. What do you understand by communication? One word, two words, or maximum one line. I'm waiting. 10 seconds. See, definitions are very, very hard, isn't it? Come on, you can say one word or two words. I want to know your opinion. What do you understand? So that we can think, how deep we have to go through this topic. Transfer of message. Okay. Okay, Womaji. Transfer of message. Come on, everyone. One word, two words, or maximum one line, one statement. My eyes are on my chat window. Okay. Express yourself and understand others. Express yourself and understand others. Abha says getting across the ideas. Good, 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 good. Come on, everyone. Many of you have not given. I'm waiting for it. 5 more seconds. Okay, express views to the people or person, expressing views. Okay, so lots of many of you, the four definitions we have got is about transferring or expressing yourself, right? Getting across the ideas. Cool. Okay, so I'll give you the definition of communication. You can note it down. Communication is a process, and you are absolutely right in one of the aspect that is the expression or the sharing or exchange of the ideas, opinions, or feelings, right? So it's the process of exchanging ideas, feelings, or opinion from one person to another, from one person to another, in such a way, in such a way that the person receiving it, that the person receiving it understands it in the same way the sender wants him or her to understand. If you want me to write, I can write it down for your. Okay, understands. I've written the definition because it's very important. You can reflect it on the subsequent topics that we'll be learning. Understand. Let me check. Okay, pardon me for the spellings. Uh, yeah. So it is a process of exchange of ideas or feelings from one person to another in such a way that the person receiving it understands it in the same way that he wants him or her to understand. So friends, I have underlined, I have, what I've done is I have highlighted or make the letter line in bold letters, okay, capital letters, so that you can understand what is the most important line in this definition. It's about understanding it in the same way that you want him or her to understand. Friends, one aspect of communication is expressing of ideas or feelings or opinion. However, expressing the ideas or sharing the ideas or transferring the ideas or opinion or feeling is not actually communication. It may be telling or it may be talking. Again, there are two things. It may be telling, so I'm telling you something, right? I'm telling you something, I can tell. So telling is one way communication. If I'm talking, that would be two-way communication. However, the thing is, communication is understanding it in the same way. Okay, that is understanding. Otherwise it would be telling or talking. Talking, we say conversation, not communication. That is a different topic altogether. I hope you're understanding this very important point. So to make it understand this communication, what I'll do is I'll give you an example. I will ask everyone, okay, just participate. So if I ask you, what do you understand by A? If I say A, what do you understand? Come on, write it down. Come on, 5 seconds, write it down. What do you understand by A? I'm waiting 5 seconds. Come on. A, one alphabet, calling someone. Cool, cool, cool. You have to participate. I want to keep this session, whether my face-to-face workshop or my webinar, I want to keep it interactive. That is why these question and answer and everything will go on. So buckle up yourself, participate. A is variable here. Okay, A is variable here. Cool. Okay, so the answers we have got so far is one alphabet, calling someone, A is variable. So see, this is the beauty of expression. I have told you something, okay? We have not had a conversation. I have told you something. I have transferred my ideas, or I've shared my ideas or opinions with you. And out of your whatever your understanding for my messages, you have assumed that this would be an alphabet, or this would be one, or this would be calling someone, or this would be a variable here. Four different kind of answers we have got. However, the thing is, what I want to prove by this definition is that we have not understood. You are absolutely right. There is no wrong answer in it. It could be A means A for an alphabet also. It could be A Hindi wala A, or it could be A kya bolti tu wala A also. Okay. So it could be anything. It could be anything. So the beauty of communication is that it has to be understood by the other person. So in whatever manner I have made you understand, if you are able to understand it in the same way, that is actually communication. So for example, if I'm conveying A and I want you to understand that this A is English alphabet A, and if you understand that it was an English alphabet A, that means the communication is good. Communication is fine. That communication is actual communication, or we say effective communication. Okay, that is the right thing. Effectiveness is the doing right thing. That is effective communication. Otherwise, it would be just telling or talking. That is conversation. If you're not understanding what I'm trying to tell you, it would be just conversation, or I'm telling you to do something. It would not be a communication. So whenever it comes to communication, we have to see, when we are talking about communication, you talk to yourself and you talk to others. So when we talk to others, that comes of interpersonal communication. So every time, friends, every time, if you are a sales and marketing guy, if you're talking to your prospect or a customer, if you're a teacher or a trainer, you're talking to your participants or students, even if you are working in an organization, anywhere, if you're talking to any people, understand one thing. You have to understand this concept of communication, that whatever you convey, whatever you are telling that person, whatever you are communicating that person, is that person in front of you is understanding your message in the same way that you want him or her to understand. If that person is not understanding, the consequences would be bad. The results would not be the target results that you want to achieve. That is very, very important for you to understand. I hope this definition makes sense, and please read the definition. That is why I took 20 seconds approximately to write this definition down, so that you can reflect the definition again and again. Any situation, it's all about understanding. It's all about understanding. Okay, so that is what communication, and communication is very, very important because we are dealing with people. If we have to deal with people, if we have to go through the people, we have to understand this aspect of communication. And until and unless we do not understand, we'll not be able to achieve what we have to achieve, because we have to deal with communication. We have to deal with people. We have to go through people if we are learning about and we are living in this society which involves people. Okay, so that was about communication. So if we talk about communication, this is the amazing stuff, and this is the basic stuff which is clear to you what is communication all about. If we move forward with communication, I want to share with you the process of communication. Friends, with understanding, your basic level of communication is complete, or I should say, if a coin has two sides, So the one side is complete. Your one side is complete. Your 50% is done. If you have made the message understood to other person, the way you want him or her to understand. So that one thing is clear. The other thing that you have to understand is that that is not the end of communication. That is not the end of communication. That is just the 50%. That is the halfway done. So when is the communication ends? So the process of communication goes like this. So the first is listening. So everyone, wherever you are, you can do like me, do as I'm doing. Okay. So listening, everyone do listening. So the first level of communication is listening. It starts with listening. You listen to other person. Understanding. Second is understanding. Third, feeling. Feeling. Fourth, applying or action. And fifth, feedback. So this is very simple to learn. If you forget the process, just know the actions. Okay. Listening, understanding, feeling, applying, feedback. Very, very simple. I give you an example how this process works. For example, I tell you, this example I use in my workshops also. So I'll give you this example. For example, I tell every one of you to, now you cannot go, but what you can do is, at home, what you can do is, I tell you to watch this particular movie at 9 o'clock. It will come on this particular channel, and watch this movie along with your spouse or any of your friend, any of your family member. Okay, watch this movie, and when you start watching this movie, just WhatsApp me that you've started watching this movie and have a selfie click. Okay, so I've given you this instruction. So how this instruction works, I have told you something. So when I'm telling you, what you're doing is, first level, you are listening my instruction. Okay, first level, you're listening my instruction. And as the listening is going on, you are understanding my instruction, what I'm trying to tell you, what you have to do, because it's an instruction. So you are understanding, okay, I have to watch a movie at 9 o'clock. I have to sit with my spouse or any of my friend or family member together and watch a movie at home. Okay, you are understanding the message. You are understanding the message. And as the understanding is going on, you are understanding, you are also feeling the message. You're feeling the message. Friends, feeling is unmeasurable. You cannot measure it. But in communication, feeling is always there. Always there. A best example of feeling is the courtship period or the dating period. When a girl or boy meet and they are not married, but they are meeting for the first time, or the boy is proposing or anyone is proposing to other person, there is a feeling of the message. The message is transmitted to another person, it's transferred to another person, and the other person is feeling the message. You can understand what I'm trying to tell you. So the feeling in the message is always there. Feeling in the communication is always there. However, it is non-measurable, but it's always there. So when you are understanding the message, you're also feeling it. Okay, wow, I'll watch my movie with my spouse or anyone. I've got the instruction at 9 o'clock. Oh, that movie is wonderful. Then afterwards, what I have to do? I have to give the WhatsApp message, or what I have to do is I have to click a selfie and give to Ashish back. Show it to him. So this is what you're feeling. Fourth is, what you'll do is, you'll actually at 9 o'clock you will start watching the movie, and at the same time you will WhatsApp me and click a selfie of you, of your spouse or any family member, and post it to me and share it to me. So what I'll do is, you will applied what I've communicated, and you have also given me the feedback of it. Friends, now the communication is finished, because now you have got the results of communication. So what I'm trying to say by this process of communication, understand, friends, this is the advanced level of thinking, advanced level of communication, what I'm trying to say. Until and unless the action is not completed and you have not got the results, communication is not finished. Until and unless the action is not done and you have not got the results, communication is not finished. Understanding is just the halfway done. Application and getting the feedback is when communication finished. That is actually the level of communication that we all need to have. If we have this kind of communication, it would be a wonderful life. It would not be a life of stress and anxiety and anything. I hope it makes sense to you and you will implement this kind of a process and you will understand. So what we do, a common scenario, if a marketing manager is telling his people, his employees, that you have to go there, you have to meet this particular client, and at this 7 o'clock the meeting is, go and meet. Did you understand? Now he says, I understand. So this is halfway done. When he meet and share the feedback, that is where the communication finish. So I can share with you n number of examples about this process, but I hope this process is clear. So once again, come on, once again we'll do this. Okay, everyone, listening, understanding, feeling, application or applying, and feedback. Okay, so these are the 5 levels of process of communication. So these are the process of communication. So implement always and every time, friends. Whenever you are having conversation with someone, you're communicating your something, always ask for the feedback. Tell that person, apply this particular thing and ask for the feedback. Because the time when you get the feedback, the results are achieved, that is the success of communication. Otherwise, in the understanding level, or the person is just listening, communication is 25% completed or 50% completed. It's not 100% complete. Okay. So I hope it makes sense and you will do this. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll share you when we are talking about interpersonal communication. So you've got to understand what is communication all about. Now, if we are dealing with people, because we'll be talking to people, not the robots. We'll be talking to people, we are meeting people and dealing with people in our everyday life. Nowadays, it's less. However, time to come, it will be more. Right? It is not stopped. At this point also, it has not stopped. So what I'm trying to tell you is I'll show you a demo. Okay, so as you can see, maybe in my camera, what I have is I have a salt. Okay, I have a pinch of salt. This is a white salt. Okay, I hope you can see everyone. So I love this object lessons. I do this in my training. So this is one of the demo that I want to share with you. Okay, so this is salt with me. Now, consider this example. If I invite you at my home for a dinner and we prepared a dish for you, you started, tasting the dish, but you feel that the salt is less or there is no salt. The salt is less or there is no salt. What you will do? You may ask for salt, or you, being a sophisticated person, you will not ask for the salt. You will say, it's fine, whatever they have given us, they've provided us, we'll eat. Humbly we'll eat, and it's perfectly all right. Very simple. Next time, after few days, again, I'll invite you for the dinner. Now, again, the dish, the salt is less or there is no salt. Now, what you will think? You will think that this person has a habit of putting the salt, less salt or no salt, without salt or something. You will be, there would be as urge to ask for the salt that, let me ask for the salt or something like this. So you may ask for the salt or you may not ask for the salt. This is when I'm inviting you. Consider when you are going at somewhere place, in a restaurant or somewhere. So you order some dish and you eat the dish, and there is the salt is less in that particular dish, or there is no salt at all. So what you will do? You will ask. Almost everyone asks. Have you seen the red chili on the table? It's every time the salt and black pepper, many a times, right? It's not the red chili or any other garam masala. What I'm trying to tell you is, friends, see, when it comes to salt, communication must be seasoned with salt. I'm again repeating it. Communication must be seasoned with salt. When you're preparing a dish and putting in front of a people, they may take it, they may accept it, they may eat it, but they will not eat it with that kind of enthusiasm or excitement, or they may actually praise you also, but that is not the 100% inner praise they want to praise you. That is not actual praise, because the salt is less. There is no salt, or salt is less. Why? Because the salt is the foundation. Salt is that kind of a thing which makes actually the dish, right? Friends, we have to understand this particular thing. In the same way the dish is prepared and provided to other person, you have to present the communication with salt. As you present the particular dish to someone with salt, with complete garnishing and everything, same way you have to present your communication seasoned with salt. Just like salt, effective interpersonal communication is always appreciable and acceptable. Because many times salt is not there, your dish is maybe not appreciable and not acceptable. In our Indian society, lots of the things happen when we are actually, in a funny way, criticizing someone, or our family members, our wives, or someone who have prepared a dish. We say, "Namak kam hai." It happens many times, isn't it? Why the salt is that very, very important ingredient? It's not about the nutrition, but it's about that God has created that salt in a way that it has his importance. It has its importance. And same way, friends, the salt has its importance. The same way your communication has its importance. So every time, whenever you are communicating with people, always remember the salt. Okay. As salt gives something extraordinary to the dish, your communication should give something extraordinary to the other person listening to you. Okay. Every time, remember the salt. Okay. Whenever you're communicating or talking to someone, always remember the salt demo. I hope you learned something new. So, friends, this was about effective interpersonal communication. We'll move to the second session, that is how to foster fruitful interpersonal relationship. If I talk about interpersonal relationship, friends, we have to understand one very basic importance. Many times I see, I'm training from last 6 years, and I've traveled nationally and internationally, and I have trained lots of people. It's more than 11,000 people I've trained, and more than 18,000 people I have addressed to in different organizations, colleges, universities. I've addressed on different topics. What I've understood by what I'm hearing and listening and knowing about different family matters or organizations. I've acted as a consultancies for a couple of organizations also to help them in their employee performance and employee development. So I've got a fair experience in last 6 years about interpersonal relationship, whether it is family or organization, whether you are at home, whether you are working outside or even away from your home, whether you are in India or abroad. Interpersonal relationship are very, very important. Now, you have understood what interpersonal communication is and how you have to foster it. Remember the salt demo. Now you have understood the first thing. So friends, your foundation is clear. Okay, your foundation is absolutely clear because you know how to communicate with people, how you have to derive the results out of your communication. Okay, the first point is clear. Your basic foundation, your foundation of your building is absolutely solid now. If you're implementing, obviously you are implementing. Okay, knowledge is incomplete without the practical thing. So the second thing we have to understand is how we have to foster that communication. We have to include that communication in our relationship. So friends, for that, I want to present you another demo, and I would be doing, few of the demos today so that I can keep you interactive. I keep the session interactive. Okay. So I guess you can see some gems. Okay. You can see some gems. They are colorful gems. Okay. So it has different colors. It has different colors. So it has green. It has orange. It has chocolate. It has red. Different colors. Sky blue also. I guess now it's clear, right? Yeah, it's clear. You can see that. So there are different colors of gemstone. So what I'll do is I'll eat one of it. I'll put one in my mouth. Okay. And I have to eat it as a part of a demo. So I'll eat one of it, but I'll not see the color of it. So you have to tell me what color it was. I'll show it to you. Okay. Ready? So I close my eyes. I'll just do like this. Okay, I'll turn the face away so that you can think that I'm not cheating. And I'll show it to you. I guess the camera is here. And let me see the camera. Yeah, I guess you can see it, what color it is. If you get the idea, friends, because I'm not seeing it. Right? Okay. So I'm eating this one, okay? So I've not seen it. So tell me what color it was. Come on, everyone. How many of you have seen it? I'm really not sure whether it was clear or not because I was not watching it. Anyone saw it? Which color it was? What was the color of the gems? Okay, it was red. Anyone else watch it? Are you sure it was red? Okay, cool. Right. So we got three answers. Okay, fine. So it was red, right? So friends, what I'm trying to tell you is just like just like gems, these colorful gems. Inside it is chocolate. Inside it is, okay, red maroon. Okay, cool, cool. It was red, right, right. It was red, red maroon, right. So just like gems, understand this concept, because we have to understand it, and it would be easy for you to, from now onwards, when we are living in this society and implementing this interpersonal skills daily basis. Friends, there are differences, there are conflicts among people, and the reason for it, that what we are doing is, just like these gems, we are actually judging people from outside. This is black color, this is red color, this is green color, this is chocolate color, this is orange color, this is blue color. We are judging people. We are judging people just like this from outside. Friends, we judge people what we see from outside. But what matters is what it is inside. I'm again repeating it. We judge people by what we see outside. But what matters is what it is inside. Fritz understands the differences in among people, the conflict among people, the families, husband and wives, brothers and sisters, relatives, an organization also, the employee does not have that kind of a relationship, a healthy relationship or a fruitful relationship with the boss, or the boss does not have, like, or there are lots of relationships, lots and lots of. The thing is that we are actually judging people from outside. We see people from outside. We don't like this color, we don't like this color of people, we don't like these kind of people. I hope you understand, it's not color, but I'm trying to identify, I'm giving you an example. We don't like this kind of a people. However, the thing is, we are just outside, but what actually matters is what they are from inside. So the thing is, the lot of the differences, the negative things, if we are not having the healthy relationship or the fruitful relationship, the first of all, the reason is we are judging people from outside. And the time we stop judging them from outside, we will actually invite ourselves to see what they are inside. Friends, you cannot understand people from inside until and unless you had a communication with them, not a conversation, a healthy communication with them. Just not telling, but communication with them. A communication which involves the process, a time spent with them. Then you will able to understand what actually the people are. Don't judge. Let's not judge people from outside. As the saying goes, don't judge the book by its cover. Let's not judge the people, because judging the people from outside actually stops us from being talking to the people, from being communicating to the people, by being friendly and amiable with the people. It stops us. It creates differences. It gives the invitation to the conflict, and it is not it is not at all good in this society. Because if we are talking about interpersonal skills, we have to deal with people, we have to talk with people, we have to go through people. If you are a sales and marketing professional, if you're not having a cordial relationship in your home, how can you sell outside? It would be very difficult for you. Few days ago, I shared a quote on social media which says that for professionals, what you do off the field determines your success level on the field. It is from a sports. I'm a sports fan, so I got from there. What you do off the field determines your success level on the field. It's very important for us to understand, friends. Very significant process. Just like gems, we see people from different angles. We see, his hair are long, so his hair are long, I should not like that person. Understanding the concept. Oh, he's fat, so he's fat, I will not like this person. Oh, he's abusing, so I will not like this person. Oh, he's doing that thing, I will not like this person. Oh, he has got only 40% marks, I will not like this person. Oh, he has not scored good. Oh, he has only got 50% of his target achieved in the organization, I will not like this person. Are we judging people from outside? Are we judging people? What importance is what they are actually? We're judging people from outside. We have not had the conversation with them. We have not had the actual communication with them. What are we doing? How we can sustain, how we can grow in this society, which involves people, Friends, understand people from their perspective, not your perspective. Again, I'm saying it to you. Understand people from their perspective, not your perspective. Your perspective, our perspective is a judging perspective. It is kind of a human psychology. Our perspective is a judging perspective. If there is a lady who's bargaining in a with a sabji wala, with a vegetable seller, I'm not a kind of a person. Maybe, let's take an example. If I'm not a kind of a person who bargains that much, I'll see what kind of a lady it is. She's bargaining and bargaining and bargaining and bargaining and bargaining. I will not like this person. So I'm judging what I'm seeing, but I have not had to know her. I'm not at the time to know her actually, what she is actually a person, why she's doing it. Friends, let's stop judging people, because it creates differences, it creates conflict, and it is a very, very great hurdle for us not to grow our interpersonal skills and fruitful interpersonal relationships. So when we talk about fruitful relationship, friends, if there is a tree of a fruit tree, that consider anyone, and if that tree is not bearing fruits, will you call it a tree? Means is it doing its business? It is justifying its importance in this world, or whether it is grounded? Come on, tell me. If a tree of a fruit, it's not bearing fruits, just is it justifying its treeness, or being there at grounded? Come on, tell me, yes or no. Is it justifying? Yes or no? Come on, 5 seconds. Any one answer. Okay, okay, Bindu. Yes. Friends, understand the concept. If there is a tree which has to bear the fruit, I'm again saying it, understand, friends. If there is a tree, let's take an apple tree, a tree which has to bear a fruit called apple. If that tree is not bearing the fruit, bearing the apple, that tree actually is not a tree. It's not justifying its being a tree, because that tree was made to bear the fruits. If that tree is providing the shadow to the travelers, actually that is the secondary job. The primary purpose of the tree was to bear the fruits. Friends, just like interpersonal skills, as we are developing our interpersonal skills, Ashish got it right. Great, Ashish. So the purpose is that we have to understand, we as a model, as we are developing our relationship, we have to develop fruitful relationship. Otherwise, our being a human, our we are not justifying ourselves in a society if we are not being fruitful. We have to bear fruits. We have to bear fruits. We are a tree in the society that have to bear fruits. If we are not bearing fruits, we are actually worthless. We are actually not justifying the purpose, the primary purpose. Secondary purpose is that we can do lots of stuff for our family and everything, but we have to bear fruits. How we can foster, how how we can foster. Yeah, great, Bindu. I already shared with this. Still it's giving shadow, but that is the secondary purpose. That is the secondary purpose. Not all trees are there to provide the shadow. Shadow is the secondary or the third purpose of fruit trees. The first purpose is to bear the fruits. Okay. Now I'll give you a few examples how you can foster the fruitful relationship. First step, friends, be humble. Humbleness is the foremost requirement for any relationship to be fruitful. You want to bear fruits, you want to impact the society, you want to influence your children, you want to influence your employer or employee, your subordinates, your seniors, your students, your trainers. Be humble. When you're humble, you're not actually diminishing yourself or decreasing yourself. You're not actually losing yourself. Humbleness means giving willfully. And when you're giving yourself willfully in front of other people, you're actually in a much higher position, because you're giving willfully. It's not by pressure or pushing. You're giving yourself willfully. Friends, whether you're a married person in marriage or in organization, whatever work you're doing, humbleness is the foremost requirement of any fruitful relationship. Otherwise, you will not be able to bear the fruits of interpersonal skills. You may do secondary things, you may do your daily work just like people are doing. Many people are doing their work just to earn money or anything, but we have to bear fruits. We have to impact the society. We have to influence. Our children should say that my father is an ideal father, my mother is an ideal mother, my parents are wonderful, they have taught me. That is what bearing fruits is. That is what bearing fruits is. Second, create an ideal situation. When you talk about fruitful relationship, when it comes to organization or in a family matters, friends, there could be some situation we have to compromise. There would be some situation we need to negotiate also. However, negotiation is a word which is used for deals, business deals, and economics. However, what I'm trying to tell you is we have to bear fruits and we have to develop the fruitful interpersonal relationship. You have to create an ideal situation. Win-win situation is not possible, always possible. I'll give you an example. Let's take an example. You are buying a vegetable. Let's take an onion. So onion price were high, 100 rupees kg. So let's take an example. You're buying 100 rupees kg onion for from me, and you say you have made up a mind that you will not give more than 80 rupees per kg, and I say 100 rupees per kg. So you will win when you will buy the onion for 80 rupees kg, and I will win when I sell you the onion for 100 rupees kg. But what we'll do is we will create an ideal situation. We will create a situation in between and say, okay, fine, let's make it an agreement, 90 rupees per kg. However, the thing is, neither you win nor I win, right? We have created an ideal situation. So friends, win-win situation is not possible always in families or in organization. You have to come up with an ideal situation as an elder of a family, as a leader of a family. And if you have to bring out the fruitful relationship, always be in mind, always keep in mind that if the win-win situation is not coming, create an ideal situation. Okay, if you have to bear the fruits, otherwise the relationship would be of a compromising, and none of us, believe me, none of us want to continue that relationship of a compromise, whether it's a married life, whether it's an organization. Okay, so the two things. Third thing is respect each other point of views. Friends, we have to understand what other people are trying to say, and the other person has to understand what we are trying to say. Let's take an example. If you're sharing your ideas with someone, your product, your service, your ideas, your thoughts, or you're just gossiping with someone, and if the other person is interrupting, what you will say, this person is not welcoming my ideas, this person does not accept my ideas. This may hinder you, this may create a kind of an image of that person towards for you. However, the thing is, it's perfectly all right. If that person is not giving respect, you start giving the respect to other person. And maybe at some point of time, he will or she will give you back. So let's not judge people by what we are seeing or what we are hearing. Okay? Very, very important. Whatever happens, respect each other's point of view. So this is the point I'm saying in a family environment or organization environment. If you're an employee or employer, understand. If the other person is not respecting your point of views, doesn't matter. You respect, you be the person to initiate that respecting. Okay, other, again, I started with humbleness. So what you're doing is, if you're giving respect to other person, you are being humble, you're giving something, willfully giving. So you are automatically a superior person, because giving is much more superior than taking. Whenever and every situation, when you are giving something to people, always remember that you are superior. You are superior to other person. Okay, so there is a quote, a lovely saying, you are not rich by what you have, you are rich by what you give. Okay, you are not rich by what you have or what you keep, you are rich by what you give. So giving is what you make you rich. And the quantity of humbleness, the quantity of respect, as much as you give to people, it will not lessen, isn't it? The money you give, it will less you, it will decrease your bank account. But give your humbleness to people, give your respect to people, it will only increase the respect. Okay, it will not lessen it. So friends, these are the three tips, three pointers to actually foster uh, fruitful relationship. No problem, Bindu. No problem. People will take you for granted. You have to understand these things. There would be people will take you for granted. However, with confidence, enthusiasm, you have to develop those interpersonal skills. Okay, you have to develop those interpersonal skills. Okay, moving forward. I'll move forward to the third session. It's already the time, so we'll complete it as soon as possible. Principle of people. So what is this principle of people? So principle of people is in 5 levels. So it goes like this. First, neglect. If you're writing it down, write it down. Neglect. Second, reject. Neglect, reject. Third, correct. Fourth, respect. And fifth, accept. I came to found this principle around 2 to 2.5 years ago. And whatever experience I have, I came to know that this is the principle of people. This is how people deal with, talk with, or go through with all the other peoples in the entire globe. Okay, so let me give you an example to make it understand. Okay, great, Abba. So first level, let's take an example of a sales scenario. Now, I guess every one of you, almost every one of you, have go through the salesman, door-to-door salesman coming at your home, at your house, right, knocking the door, or you are going as a salesperson. So let's take an example of a sales scenario. The first is neglect. So if a salesperson will come, what you will do is you will open the door and the person will say, "Ma'am, we have an encyclopedia. We are giving this." No, 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 no. We do not know. We do not want to buy. You will just shut the door. Many of us has done, or many people who have done that thing, right? We just shut the door. What we are doing is we are neglecting means we are not just listening, we are just neglecting that person completely. Okay, we do not want to listen that person. So the first is neglect. Second, reject is you will open the door and that person will say, "Ma'am, good morning, ma'am. I'm Ashish, and I'm selling this encyclopedia. Do you have children at your home? I have this encyclopedia. The money is 1,000, but we are giving in a 50% discount. And along with this 50% discount and this amazing book of encyclopedia, you're getting the CD free of course. Would you like to buy it?" So you will listen entire speech or his whatever the presentation is, whatever he wants or she wants to communicate, and at the end, what you will say, you will reject it. You will not buy. Okay, you will listen it and you will reject it. You don't want to say anything. You will say, "No, no, nahi chahiye bhaiya, nahi chahiye, rehne do." Second is reject. Third, correct. So that person is sharing his speech, sharing his presentation. "Ma'am, this is encyclopedia, that, and blah blah blah, lots of things." And at one point of time, you come into the picture and you will say, "Okay, you are selling this encyclopedia, but bhaiya, one person came to me last week. He was selling this encyclopedia for 250 rupees. I can get this encyclopedia at that shop or online for 200 rupees. It's giving me the discount. You are giving me for 500 rupees. That got a good thing. If you give me for 200 rupees, I will buy it." That is not a good thing. You're giving expensive. It's very expensive. It's costly. So the third level, what we are trying to do is, what this lady is trying to do is, or this person, he or she is trying to correct that person. He or she is trying to correct that person. You are wrong, and this should be the thing. This should be the scenario, or this should be the pitch, or this should be the price of the product, right? So the third level is correct. Fourth, respect. What we do is respect. You will listen the entire pitch. You will listen, and what you will say, "Wow, Bhaiya, Ashish Bhaiya, your product is wonderful, wonderful. Yes, I have children. I have couple of children, and your product is wonderful. It's very thick book and it has wonderful material. Oh, you are providing the CD as well. That is wonderful. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I respect you coming. Do you want water? Do you want water? You would want to have a glass of water?" What you're doing is you're doing everything, and at the end you will say, "But bhaiya, we do not need now, na? We do not know. Maybe next month, come next month, okay? We do not need it now. Abhi nahi chahiye bhaiya, agle mahine dekhenge." So what you're trying to do is you are showing respect, but still now, what you have not done is accept. You have not accepted. So the last level is accept. You will listen to entire speech or presentation. At the last level, what you will say, "Okay, I will buy." Whether you need this product, you will want this product, or out of your emotional decisions or your logical decisions, whether the requirement is there or not, or your kid is, let's say, telling, "I want this product, mommy, buy this product." So you will buy this product anyhow. So the fifth level is accept. So again, I'm repeating it. It goes with neglect, reject, correct, respect, and accept. Friends, if you are talking or dealing with any person, this is how the process goes on. Now, why I involve this concept now, because earlier you may be using this concept, principle of people, indirectly or unknowingly, but now you know and understand this. So use this very, very carefully. And when people use this principle unknowingly on you, you know how to deal with it. And if you are sharing your ideas or communication with other person, you have to know that how to convert the neglect into reject into correct into respect, and then respect into accept. It would be not difficult to convert respect level into accept level. Okay, so this is the principle of people. Knowing this principle will make things a little bit easier for you to implement the interpersonal skills in your life. Okay, So this is about principle of people. Finally, friends, I would end up with this levels of listening. So very quickly, 5 minutes, I'll wind up. So the levels of listening. The first level is ignore. Second, pretend. Third, selective. Fourth, attentive. And fifth, empathetic. I'm again repeating it. Ignore, pretend, selective, attentive, and empathetic. In the level of ignore, you are listening to people, but you're ignoring it. You're ignoring it. You're not actually listening to people. Okay. There is some noise going on into your ears, but you're not listening it. Okay. You're just ignoring. That is the first level. And we do many times, right? And people do many times to whom we are talking to. Second is pretending. When we are pretending to people that we are listening, we do something like this. Yes, yes, yeah. But actually, we are not listening. We are pretending we are not listening. So that is the second level. Third, selective. Selective is when someone is sharing the message to us, sharing his thoughts or ideas or anything, we are selective to what we want to listen or what we want to not listen. We will listen 50% and not listen 50%. So what we will benefit of, we will listen. Other things we will not listen. So that is selective. We will be selective in the message we want to listen. Fourth is attentive. In the attentive level, you are very attentive. You will be 100% attentive and you will listen. Okay, wow, great. How to do this thing? How do you do this thing? Okay, what is the price of this product? Okay, great. Yeah, you will appreciate, you will question, and you will listen to that person. Great, that is attentive level. The fifth level is empathetic. And this is the highest level that we need to dive into. Empathetic. Empathetic is that we need to listen to other person in the same way that the person wants us to listen to. That is what empathy is. Empathy, the phrase is very popular when it comes to empathy. That is putting ourselves in another shoes. And when we put ourselves in another shoes, what we are talking about, that if we put ourselves in another shoes, in another position, shoes are meant to walk. That is action. If you wear the shoes, you will not sit down. You will do some action, right? Understand this concept. So when you put into action, you will do something. That is an action thing. Friends, empathy is an action thing. Empathy is action thing. You act upon it. So when we talk about empathetic listening, you actually listen the way the other person wants you to listen. I'm again repeating it. Empathetic listening is you are listening in the same way the other person wants you to listen to. That is empathetic listening. I hope it makes sense. So friends, empathy is very, very important, and this is the level that we have to come to. If we have to foster the relationship, if we have to understand the effective interpersonal communication, the foundation is right. Okay. Next, we went to the fruitful relationship and how we have done through it. That our first floor, our ground floor is completed. Next was understanding the principle of people. Now we have understood the principle of people. Now our first floor is done. And now the listening part. The art of listening is a forgotten thing, friends. The maximum thing which we do in communication is listening. It's not talking, it's listening. What we are doing, what you people are doing now. Understand this concept that it's all about listening. This is the maximum thing we do, and we do not give this importance. I say in these words, I will share the quote very soon with you. The success or the locked door of communication will be opened by the key of listening. The locked door of communication will be opened by the key of listening. That is the quote goes by. Friends, give the importance of listening. Some people pretend to listen. Some people just ignore. They be selective or attentive. But the highest level is empathic. If you need to bear the fruitful relationship, if you need to have the great interpersonal relationship, effective interpersonal communication with other people, please practice empathetic listening. Put yourself in another person's shoes. Listen the way the other person wants you to listen, not the way you want to listen. Okay, that is the level of listening. So I'll wind up the webinar with this last demo that I have for you. So friends, I hope you can watch this rubber band. Okay, come on, everyone can watch this. Come on, type yes if you can watch this rubber band. This is last demo. We'll finish it off. If you can see this rubber band, come on, type it yes. 5 seconds. Cool. Friends, so if I do like this, there is a rubber band. Okay. If I do like this, so if I'm like this, consider these two people, one person, two people. Okay. That is interpersonal. If the rubber band is like this, that is intrapersonal. That is not that difficult. But I'm dealing with other person also, right? I'm dealing with other person. I'm living in a society and I'm dealing with other person. So there are two people or more than two people. If I involve more than two people, I can involve lots of people. So for the example, let's keep it two people. So there are two people in it. Okay. And if we are close, we are like this, it's good. There is no tension. There is no pressure on the rubber, right? There is nothing. But the time we are away from each other, the time we are away, see, we are widening, we are stretching ourselves. Now, what it will do, if I keep on stretching, come on, give me the answer. Come on, top three answers. What it will do if I stretch on, if I keep on stretching, come on, what it will do? Top three answers. Hurry up, 5 seconds. I'm waiting. Absolutely, Abba. It will break. Great point. Very simple and precise. It will break. Great. Break, break. Cool, cool. Everyone knows. It hurts. Oh, wow. It hurts. Okay. So if I'm going like this, if I'm stretching too far, and if I cross the limit, if I cross the limit, what it will happen? It will break. Friends, understand this last demo, of rubber band demo. Friends, understand this particular thing. When we are close, it is good. When we are close to people, it is good. When we are actually widening our relationship, it will some point of time, it will break. And so does the relationship, as Mayank sir has played. So does the relationship. It is very important for us to understand, as now you people have understood what is effective interpersonal communication. You people have understood how to foster the fruitful relationship. You people have understood how to take care of the principle of people, and how the listening is a very important art of communication and foster the fruitful relationship. Friends, understand, we have to keep closer. If we are bound together like rubber band, we are together. We are bound together. We feel stress, tension, and fear when we are doing like this. We are away. We feel stress, we feel tension, and we feel fear also when we are away with one another. The more we are away, more tension, more stress we invite in our relationship. The more we are away, the more tension and more fear we invite in our relationship. And exactly as you pointed out rightly, at some point of time, it will break. It will break, and it can also hurt people. The relationship, the broken relationship can hurt people. Friends, let's not move away. Let's not move away. Let's stick together. Let's stick together. With the effective interpersonal skills, you now know what you have learned. Friends, implement from now onwards, and you will be able to stick together. You will be able to stick together. There would be some consequences. There would be some situation. You have to create an ideal situation. You have to create an ideal situation, friends. Be humble. Respect each other positions. Understand the principle of people, that people will be like people. That's the scenario that God has created us. That's the human psychology. People will be people. The important thing is how you are dealing with the people, how you are communicating with the people. Friends, if we are away, there would be conflict, there would be stress, there would be tension in relationship. The thing is, always practice effective interpersonal communication skills, interpersonal relationships, so that we can come closer. If there would be stress, there would be tension. What you have learned today, if you implement in your daily life, you will come together. You will come together. Whether this is your boss and you are the employee, whether this is your husband and you are the wife, whether this is your brother and sister, or any relationship, if it's going wider, implement what you have learned today and you will come closer. That's my guarantee. That's my guarantee. And that is what I'm doing since my marriage from last 3 years. And that is what we have to do from now onwards, if we are not able to do. Okay. So friends, this was it. This was the demo that I want to show it to you. Now, I would like to thank you, every one of you, for participating in this webinar. Thank you so much. I hope you have learned something new and you will implement in your daily life. Come on. If you have learned something new today and you will implement in your daily life, type a yes. Come on, everyone. Everyone, 10 seconds. If you have learned something new and you will implement, 10 seconds. Type a yes. Appreciate it, Abba. Really. Thank you so much for attending. Great, 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 great. I'm waiting for the answers. I'm waiting for other answers. Absolutely, Ashay. Great. I love this conviction and commitment from you. Great, guys. So we will finish it off. If any one of you have questions you want to answer, you want to share with me, you can question it. Otherwise, rest of you, if you want to go, thank you so much once again. I will inform you for the next webinar. The thing is that last time also, this time the other previous link does not work, and so I have to share with you the new link. So apologies for that, and continue to learn and grow in this time also, whatever mediums you get to through. Okay, and continue. If you want to know more about me, you can visit my website. This is my YouTube channel you're visiting. You can watch the other videos, and if you want to watch the rubber band activity, it is there in this YouTube channel. You can watch and use in your circle also. If you're feeling free, you can invite your family members and do this. Okay, you can use it anywhere you like. Absolutely, Mang sir. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Great. Any questions, or we should wind up? Come on, I'm giving you 30 seconds. Anyone wants have any questions, you can share the question. Rest of you, if you want to leave, thank you so much once again, and you can leave. We have wind up the session. It's just the questions. Absolutely, Mang sir. I will definitely share it. Definitely. Appreciate it, Bindu ma'am. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, lot of questions. Oh great. I can answer one. I can answer one at the moment, and you can WhatsApp me the others. Does it mean, okay, okay, Shushma, I guess it's Shushma, right? So Shushma has asked, does it mean we must accept the person as he or she is, which is not possible? Suppose a mother want to teach her child and the child not accepting, then mother knows the consequences. Then okay, let me see the next page. Okay, which is not possible. Okay, person is, suppose a mother wants to teach her child and the child is not accepting, then okay, great, fine. See, Shushma, right? If I'm not forgetting the name. So, if I talk about the, if first part of the question, does it mean we must accept the person as she or he is? If I want to answer this particular question in this particular concept, okay, great, fine. So, Shushma, if I answer this particular context of mother and child, yes, absolutely, 100% of time, every time, you have to accept your son. Okay, accept your son. See, there may be consequences when your children, when your child is not doing what you're telling. However, reflect upon this, that the mother is the mother doing, demanding something out of the child, that I'm your mother, do this thing, I'm your mother, do this thing, obey me, do this thing, I'm your mother. Is these are the things which are happening. Or as a friend, as a guardian, as a kind of a fun partner, you are actually guiding your child, guiding the child, that let's do this thing. Okay, so yes, first part is yes, you have to accept the person as or she is. It's very, very important. Otherwise, we will not be able to accept majority of the people in this world, because lots of the people are not doing right things. If you see that, we will be not be able to do this thing. If we are walking in the way of perfection, we will not like most of the people. So accept it. However, the thing is, suppose a mother wants to teach her child and the child is not accepting, then also you have to accept the child. You have to change the way to teach. The mother has to change the way to teach or train the child. This is only as I can say now, according to this particular context or the concept question that you have raised. Change the ways, try different ways, and I would request that particular mother to not be demanding, but be as a guide. Be as a guide. Okay, not be as a demanding person, but be as a guide and try different methods to influence the child. That is what I can say, what the question has raised. Okay, so let's say if not demanding, what you can do, one pointer, one tip I can share with the mother is that live by the example. If if the mother wants child to do this particular thing, what she can do is she can actually do this thing. Let's take an example. If the mother wants the child to eat that particular sabji, let's say karele ki sabji, the mother should sit in front of the child and eat that karele ki sabji to show the child it's very yummy, it's very delicious and nutritious as well. Okay, so the child can also eat. So this is one of the things that a mother can do. Same way, if the mother wants the child to do the homework or obey that particular in studies, so mother can, what she can do is, whenever she has a free time, buy a book and read in front of a child. The child may think that, oh, she has completed her studies, why she's reading, why she's studying. So the mother can share that I love studying, and that is what I want my children also do. So that is one thing which a mother can do. Be an example, show what a mother wants from the child. This is one thing what mother can do, and do it from a regular basis. Don't Mother should not be demanding that, oh, I'm doing this from 1 month or 2 months and the results are not there. Continue to do these things, continue to do these things. Okay, okay, anything else? So this is my point of view, and we can share, Sushma, anything else, you can call or we can share, you can WhatsApp also. I'll just type my number, you can WhatsApp. So yeah, you can save my number, and if you want to ask different questions, you can WhatsApp. Binduji, your experience is absolutely right. The thing is, it may be the situation what people has done with you. The people have not maybe given to you the respect or the respect that you think people should give you. It is because of that thing. We have discussed earlier also that it is because of that thing that we have made up this thing that people takes us granted. Obviously, there are lots of people. There are lots of people who take me granted also. However, the thing is, I'll give you one tip. I've learned this tip: when people take you granted or do not accept your opinion or your advice or something, when they need it and when you share it with you, take it as a dandruff. Dandruff comes and goes. Take it as a dandruff, Bindu. Don't worry about these things. Think about these things, but do not worry, because worry will bring the stress on you. Okay? Don't worry about these things. So this is what I can say you now. This is what I can say you. And I love the fact that I watch you on the Facebook, that you are loving your art thing. You're an artist and you are doing these things. Okay, you are enjoying your stuff, so continue to enjoy the stuff. Okay, and accept people as they are. Just accept people as they are, and it depends on you that what kind of relationship you want to build. You may not want to have a relationship, kind of a very intimate relationship with everyone. You want to have a limited relationship with some people, a very good relationship with some people, and a very intimate relationship with some people. So the choice is on yours. Okay. Okay, great friends. So I will wind up the session. If you want to know anything or have questions, please, I've given my WhatsApp number. So please ask the questions. So we wind up the session. Thank you once again for everything. God bless you.